When your video game console breaks down, you can choose different ways to get rid of it. Some of them are correct, while others are wrong and harmful to the environment. You can hide it in a drawer and forget about it forever. However, inside your video game console are many hidden materials that could be reused, if properly recycled, and others harmful to both the environment and health, which must be treated properly. On the other hand, if you throw it away in the undifferentiated collection bin, do you know what happens? It is brought to a landfill where it will be buried forever. When your video game console becomes a WEEE, that is Waste of Electrical and Electronic Equipment, you can bring it to the Municipal Waste Collection Center of your town, where an operator will show you in which container it should be put. Or you can return it to a retailer shop if you buy a new one. Did you know that? This is possible thanks to the so-called one-to-one law. If you wanted to dispose of small appliances too, such as headphones or smartphones, you can give them to the retailer for free without having to buy new ones, thanks to the so-called 1-to-0 law. When the container or the basket where you've disposed of your video game console fills up, the collective systems come into play. They take over the responsibility of the manufacturers to manage the end of life of the equipment they sell, handling the logistics from the municipal collection centers or the retailer shops to the proper treatment plant. Once inside the plant, the waste is unloaded onto a conveyor belt where it undergoes a securing process through manual removal of some harmful components, such as cables and environmentally critical components. With the second phase, the tearing, the small appliances are crushed to allow the removal of the different internal components, such as hard disks, printed circuit boards, batteries, etc., some of which are dangerous and may contain valuable components and critical raw materials, the so-called CRMs, that will undergo further processing later. CRMs are important raw materials for the European economy, both from the economic and strategic point of view, because they have a high risk of supply and are currently irreplaceable due to their unique properties. In your video game console, for example, you can find silicon and tantalum in printed circuit boards, as well as many precious metals such as copper, gold, silver, palladium, and nickel, neodymium, and other rare earth elements in hard disks. In the next step, we go through other stages of shredding and separation, including a magnetic separation to separate iron from other materials, and a separation with a metal detector to separate plastics from other non-ferrous metals. The pieces leaving the mechanical treatment follow different routes. A small part that cannot be used is sent to thermal disposal or a landfill. Metals such as iron, copper, aluminum, very attractive to the market, go to final treatment plants such as smelters, where they are melted and forged to give life to new devices. Some pieces that cannot be used in new products but are still valuable are sent to energy valorization in power plants to produce energy. Finally, some valuable components such as batteries and printed circuit boards are sent to special treatment plants able to further process them. The correct disposal of our electronic waste is important because, thanks to their correct treatment, we can recover the raw materials contained within them, rather than mine for more. In addition, it will be possible to reach the required volumes to trigger the recovery of CRMs, an activity currently still under study. So, now that you have discovered that your video game console is like a pocket mine, collect all the small electronic items you have at home and bring them to the Municipal Waste Collection Center of your town. You too will contribute to the environmental protection and the circular economy. What used to be waste will become a resource.